whenever I felt overwhelmed by something like stress during the pandemic, the best thing I would do is just go outside and meditate and just focus on my breathing and experience the nature around me. It really cleared my head and allowed me to go back inside feeling refreshed and ready to finish the day.
When I felt overwhelmed during the lockdown, I cope with stress by using my animals since I was at my house. I have 3 dogs, 2 cats, 2 ferrets, and a bunny. And so I would use all of them, and we would sit on the couch and read while petting a dog, or I would take my dogs on walks in my neighborhood. And that was how I coped with stress in the moment.
So in order to stay motivated during the pandemic, I decided to make a schedule and a to-do list for myself. What I did was I had a whiteboard in my kitchen and I wrote out everything I needed to do for the day, including what I wanted to cook, what homework needed to be done, and if I wanted to work out. Just all of my tasks were right there so that I had motivation when I kind of checked them off the list. And during the pandemic, I also developed a couple new hobbies and skills. I started dancing a lot more often, which was a good way to have fun while getting a little bit of exercise in, even though if it was just in my living room. And I also started reading a lot more books.
Some strategies that help me motivate myself are in the morning, I would write down my goals for the day and like mantras that I could set for myself, like I got this, I am strong, I am safe. And I got a longboard during the pandemic, and so I'm trying to learn how to skate.
Actually, yes, I did develop some new hobbies and skills, like writing. I've been doing a lot of writing recently. And drawing. I discovered that I actually am pretty good at drawing. And the way I motivate myself is just to think, what would my family do in that situation? Because I was raised to be a positive person.
One thing that was the hardest for me was to be away from my friends and to not see them for months at an end. That was something that overwhelmed me and it made me feel very lonely and very upset. So to help myself out on that front, I picked up a new hobby. I started watching YouTube videos and started practicing yoga. Sometimes I would read and sometimes I would paint. Sometimes I thought that even just cleaning my room would make me feel better. But of course, that nagging feeling of not being able to go out and see your friends was still there.
I know that person has heard the phrase, during these uncertain times, countless times. It's what we keep hearing, and they've also heard, you're not alone, everyone feels isolated. So I'd tell them something different. I'd say, if you want to talk, I am almost always available, so just hit me up and we can go through however you might be feeling, because we all need to have each other's backs these days. There's a lot of negativity and we need each other to stay positive.
First, I would validate their feeling because it's really understandable that they feel isolated and really overwhelmed with this pandemic. And then I would tell them that the pandemic is not going to last forever. A cure is going to be found. I don't know when, but I know one's going to be found with the help of science. And I would just comfort them saying, I know it's really hard right now and we're going to get through this together. And we can go to the park and socially distance while also hanging out and talking.
I know this year has been super challenging for everybody, but even in the most challenging times, it's important to stay positive. Something that I'm really proud of is being able to work on my mental health and creating a better balance in my life. Whether that be taking more time for myself through exercise, or being with my friends, or working. I feel like I've been able to make a better balance, and this has made me happy.
This year, I was hospitalized for mental health 5 times, and they were all during the summer, so I missed a lot of the time during the summer. But it was worth it to me because the skills that I've been learning every time I've been at a therapist's office or in group therapy, outpatients, inpatients, the skills, whether they're DBT, RDBT, or otherwise, have finally stuck. I've finally began implementing them in my day-to-day life, and honestly, the person that it's starting to make me, I'm very proud of. Proud of the person that I've become and the person that I'm still becoming, and my family is also very happy to see these changes in me because it makes their life a lot easier as much as it makes mine.
I feel proud of myself whenever I can teach other people things, make people inspired, and I've actually been able to do that here. And something that makes me feel happy is just the fact that I'm alive.